welcome back to the stream today, everybody. We are into some big stuff today. We are doing the Team Revolution Pro-Am Drift Comps, our second official drift comp, and they've both been Pro-Am, but it is our second official drift comp, and we are very, very excited. Alrighty, I hear them revving, and they're off. The BRZ versus the 8.6. Is that an 8.6?
Yeah.
Yeah. Entering that first corner. What do they got for us? Both drivers getting in there, making sure to tap that inside zone. Very close proximity. Seeing some good speed consistency out of the drivers. They're keeping those angles nice. Ooh, LASCKO staying on that door. A little bit of a crate scrape seems to affect the speed there, but Brian's pushing right through it. Looks like the drivers are gathering themselves. A little bit of confusion after that contact, but they have gathered themselves and got back on. Let's see how they do when they come around to that first outside zone. Very nice. LASCKO getting in there with the scrape. Both drivers diving deep into that outside zone. The long transition, we are going to speed down here and see what we got for that third and final outside zone. Both drivers coming in beautifully, slapping those rear tires through that zone, and they're going to finish up on this right-hand turn to end the run. Drivers are off. Let's see what we got. And into that first turn. Both drivers being able to get through that, drop tires into that inside zone. It's exactly what we want to see on initiation. Keep it control and not just dive bombing. Keeping good lines throughout this, coming around to wrap that first hook. Looking like some very good speed consistency on the course today. Some great drivers to start out the battles with. See how they go through in that second outside, the first outside zone, second zone. Both drivers able to slide right through there, dropping both rear tires, it looked like. Of course, I'm only getting the instant check. I'm not a judge, so I won't be able to get the... coming down into that outside zone. Might have been some contact with the crate there. Both drivers able to shake it off and finish up the run side by side. Very, very nice runs from LASCKO and Brian O'Connor. Tense. Here we go. It is, the drivers are off. Down the straight into that first clipping zone. Let's see what we got. Very nicely accomplished by both drivers. Keeping stable and making sure to get those tires in there. It is raining on the course, unfortunately. In these grassroots pro-am stuff, there's not a lot we can do to stop that. It started after the drivers have started. They are holding it together very well, though. We had faith in them, and we think they are definitely shining through on that. Let's see what they got for that first outside zone, second zone in total. Both drivers swinging through there nicely. Not sure if those tires were getting out there, if it was bumpers, but it looked really good. We'll see what the judges have to say. I'm swinging down into that third and final outside zone. See what we got. Definitely trying to swing through there. GAMINGBEAR getting very close and finishing up the arc right-hand turn into the straight, finishing up the run. Very nice run. Team Rev on the plate. I love it. Send it on MERICAN's plate. Love it. Coming into that first inside zone. Both drivers going a little bit wide. Doesn't look like they really got into that, but being that both of them didn't, it's going to be hard to count off on that. That'll kind of equal itself out, at least if I were a judge from that perspective, but I'm not today, so we'll see what the judges had to say on it. Ooh, a little tough coming through the hook, little trouble from the chase car. Let's see what they got as they whip around into that second zone, the first outside zone of the course. GAMINGBEAR getting in there. MERICAN really trying to shoot it out there and get in there. I don't know if he got in. We'll see what the judges have to say. Both drivers getting set up for the long transition to come around to that third and final outside zone. Both drivers, looking like both drivers are able to get a tire in there. See what the judges have on that, finishing it up and following the course. Very well done, guys. Here we go. I'm on the edge of my seat right now, guys. Down that straight into initiation. Wolfpack making sure to get in there. Looks like V8 might have definitely got some tires in there too. Sorry about my follow footage, was a little wonky on that. Watching the drivers cover some ground. Gonna split the cams up here for a second. Try and keep cams on both drivers. Got V8 finishing up the hook. Wolfpack is burning around, but we are not grading on judging today, everyone. Wolfpack coming through that second zone looking very clean. We're going to watch V8 pull right through there as well. Very nice, very nice. Let's pull down into the final outside zone and see what we got. Ooh, Wolfpack eating up that final outside zone. V8 bringing it around. What do we got? Getting in there deep. Very nice, very nice. Pulling off that final right to finish up the line. A little bit of a chunky start there, but Wolfpack weighted up. I think we're good to go. Both drivers coming down the straight, lining up for that first inside zone. Nice, nice. I believe both drivers were able to get some tire in there. We'll see what the judges call on that. Taking a little shallow through the line. Getting deeper and wider as they came around that third right. So both drivers sending it through the hook here. I keep saying sending it. I know how Brian gets locked into these. Getting really slow through the hook in there. We'll have to see what the judges have to say on that, where that was coming from, what happened there. Going into that first outside zone, our second zone overall. What do they got for us? Shallowing up a little bit. Wolfpack might have been able to get in there. We'll see what the judges say. And here we go for the long transition down into our third and final outside zone. Some messy contact there, but V8 is able to correct for that. Wolfpack following through on his line very well. Both drivers finishing up the second run very nice. And they're off. Possibly if I have time, I have to work right after this. Both drivers coming in harsh. Unicorn catching that corner of that crate. Unicorn, you're welcome to get it back going again. That was not a hook, so it's not an incomplete. LASCKO's going to keep it rocking. I'm going to follow his car. It is now an incomplete, Unicorn, being that you pulled off the course, but just so drivers know, catching some contact does not mean your run is over, because that driver could catch contact in the next run or possibly at the end of that run. Very nice. LASCKO getting into there, get some crate scrape on that second outside zone. Following him through here, we're going to launch down into our third and final outside zone and see what LASCKO's got for us. Beautifully executed coming through there, getting deep into that third outside zone and finishing up his. That shout out though, Wolfpack. It's a very good idea. Sending it down into that first corner. Both drivers getting into that inside zone, looking very, very nice. I know LASCKO has tuned his car to be able to chase pretty much anything, and I know that Unicorn has tuned his car to be a pretty tough chase. So we're going to have a very interesting battle here. Both drivers coming through the hook. We're going to be sending it through into our second zone, our first outside zone of the course. See what we dip in on. Oh, some gnarly crate scrape coming in from LASCKO. I think Unicorn was able to get a tire in there. We'll see what the judges have a call on that. Both drivers setting up for a third and final outside zone. Let's see what they do to it. Ooh, sliding through with grace. Very nicely done. Both drivers pulling away right door to door at the end of that. Very nice. I mean, some drivers have them. They're allowed. But I'm just saying, this battle, no wide bodies. Both drivers sending in for that first zone. Coming around a little bit wide. We'll see if the judges think they got it in there. Okay, sending us into the keyhole. Important to stay off that back crate. A lot of people catch scrapes on that. Who is on course? Looks like we got a goofball trying to get in here in the session. Both drivers keeping a very nice and steady speed through here. Let's see what they have through the first outside zone. Well done. Gaming Bear getting a nice little scrape off of that. We'll see about the how much of a scrape that was when the judges come back to us. This is going to be a very hard battle to judge. Coming into that third zone, both drivers picture perfect once again, milking that third zone for all it has to offer and ending the run in a very solid manner. Man, I would not want to be a judge right now. That is going to be a very tough run, bro. We really appreciate the support and the love that the drift community has for all of us, man. Fucking love it out here. Both drivers sending it down the straight. Gaming Bear taking it very wide. Wolfpack making sure to get in there and get that clipping zone. Gaming Bear very stable in that drift, though. We see those wheels flicking like crazy, but still looking very stable in that drift. A little bit of contact there on that crate from the Wolfpack, but he's able to scoot right through it. Both drivers staying very consistent through the hook. Not a lot of correction there in angle or speed. Sending it around, catching some nice distance so they can get into that second zone, first outside zone of the course. Very nice. Looks like both drivers able to get rear tires into that outside zone. Gaming Bear coming off with a nice little crate scrape. Couldn't tell, of course, how much it was. The judges will let us know. And into that third and final zone, both drivers coming through swimmingly well. Smashing the hell out of that third zone, finishing up the first battle of round 2, battle 3. That's very nice through that first clipping zone, both drivers. Sorry, I'm locked into this, guys. Not a whole lot of commentary coming from me because I'm just curious to see what happens here. This is going to be an intense battle. I can already feel it. It's going to be door to door the whole time. Let's see what the drivers got coming into that first outside zone. Getting very wide. Both drivers getting a nice scrape off that crate. Doesn't look like it affects their speed. Oh no, I hope it doesn't rip us out of the session. Let's see if we can get through this. Oh, eating up that outside zone, that third and final outside zone to finish the run. Very, very nice run. Very technical coming in from LASCKO and the game. Well, guys, we'll talk about all that later. You know what I mean? One of the big things here is not, if you're going to enter the competitions, don't dispute the judges' calls. Driver sent it around that first corner very nice. It looks like LASCKO was able to get into that inside zone. Coming around the hook very clean. Both drivers keeping it very consistent. We're not seeing any angle checkups. We're not seeing a lot of speed checkups. Let's see what they look like going into that first outside zone. Gaming Bear getting deep in there. LASCKO following right along suit on the line. Probably tire mark to tire mark on that, look like from here. We're going to swing around to that third and final outside zone and see how deep these drivers get in there. Ooh, Gaming Bear milking it. LASCKO milking it. Looking fantastic on that second run. I knew this was going to be hard for them to judge. This is going to be crazy. We'll be lucky if we see them in 5 minutes.
That we're going to give the win to LASCKO.
Congratulations, LASCKO. Well done on winning the second ever TMRV Pro-Am Drift Comp. Going to a Team Dank driver, a good friend of the team, a great driver. Congratulations on LASCKO, and a big congratulations to our boy, the Gaming Bear, on that second place finish. Well done. Oh, okay, we got a beautiful little reverse, a tandem with a reverse and a forward car drift. This is what I like to see. A nice ending to the day. Congratulations, LASCKO and the Gaming Bear, on your first and second place.